Hey everyone, so in this video I just wanted to talk a little bit from my own perspective as a professional guitarist, what I think you should be spending on a guitar. So this applies to both acoustic and electric guitars, but talking about acoustic guitars first, the overarching point that I want to make is you're going to get serious diminishing returns once you go past a certain price point. So if you were to play a guitar that was £100 or about 120, I believe, US dollars, and you compared that to a guitar that was, say, £400 or 500 US dollars, you're going to notice a huge difference in quality between those two guitars. So whenever someone asks me for a recommendation for a beginner's guitar, or even someone that's been playing for a little bit and they want to start taking it a bit more seriously, I normally recommend going for a guitar that's between £300 and £500. So, you know, £400, $500. So I think Yamaha, Takamine, and Taylor make some great guitars in that price range. But the reason that I recommend getting a guitar about that price point instead of a £100 guitar is I think when you go to the £400 mark, you're going to get a guitar that is going to be more enjoyable for you to learn on, because you're going to find that it holds its tuning a lot better, and it also, the intonation is normally far more solid the whole way up the neck. So if you don't know what intonation is, it just basically means that the guitar is in tune the whole way up the neck, and you'd be surprised how many guitars aren't always like that. So if I play an open E string here, and then I play an open E on the 12th fret, this should be the same note, just an octave above. But you can get guitars where you'll play the open E, and then it'll be sharp or flat or whatever. It depends how the guitar is set up. But I would say that's the first price point that I would go to if someone was seriously wanting to learn the guitar. And then I think there's almost no increase in quality until you get to about £800, which is what this guitar costs here. So £800, in my opinion, is the price point if you're wanting a professional level acoustic guitar. So this is a Martin DSRG. I actually believe they don't make this guitar anymore, but they certainly make other guitars around this price point. And I'll play it a little bit for you so you can have a quick listen to it. But it's, when you get to £800, you're going to find you can have a guitar that is really solid the whole way up the neck, and it holds its tune great, but it's also got a really nice full-bodied sound, depending on the guitar that you get. So Martin, around that price point, make really, really brilliant guitars. So I'll play this guitar a little bit for you just now, just so you can hear it, and then I'm going to show you a guitar after that costs closer to £3,000, or I believe, would that be about $4,000? So you can compare the two, and you can see the difference in quality. But you'll also see that the difference in quality is probably smaller than it would be between a £100 guitar and a £400 guitar. So that's where the diminishing returns come into it. So as you can hear, the guitar's got a nice full-bodied sound. It's a big dreadnought-sized body, and it's got a lot of bass, but it does lack a little bit in the mid-range, but it's certainly a professional level instrument. I used this guitar exclusively for touring when I was touring full-time for about 4 or 5 years. So it's held up really, really well. But if we compare it, I'll just grab this other guitar. If we compare it to this guitar, which is a Moon handmade guitar, this guitar costs more than 3 times the amount that the Martin did. It's a smaller bodied size guitar, so it's not going to have as much bass, but that's a personal preference thing. But I'll play this same sort of thing that I played just there for you on this one just now, and you'll be able to hear that there's a difference in quality for sure, but it's somewhat subjective. So it just really, you know, is personal preference. I've done a good comparison between these two guitars before on the channel, and plenty of people commented saying that they preferred the Martin over this Moon guitar. So I'll play this for you just now, and you can see what you think between the two different guitars. your own conclusions between the two different guitars, which one you prefer. I personally prefer the tone of this guitar over the Martin, but my opinion on that has swapped over the years. So as you can see, spending 3 times as much on this guitar as on the Martin guitar has not made enough of a difference where I've gone, this is 100% a better tone than the other guitar. Now quickly, when it comes to electric guitars, if you take Fender for example, you're going to have a fairly decent increase in quality between a Squier sort of Telecaster or Stratocaster to a Mexican made just Fender Telecaster or Stratocaster. And then you're going to have a good jump up again if you go to an American made. So again, they're around similar price points. A Squier Stratocaster, when I bought it, which was quite a few years ago now, was around £200, I believe. And a Mexican made Stratocaster was around £400 or £500. I'm not sure if that's still the price points, but it's around the same difference in price. The quality increase is about the same as with the acoustic guitars between those two price points. And then again, the American made Stratocasters or Telecasters are around £800 or £900 when I got mine. And I noticed a similar increase in quality between an acoustic guitar of a similar price point. So I think those are good price point markers to take. £100 is probably, if you've got someone who's not super interested in learning, but they want to just kind of mess around on a guitar a bit, £100, £200 is fine for guitar. But if you want to actually learn, have an enjoyable time learning and progress on the guitar, I would suggest spending around £400 or between three and 500. And then if you're taking it more seriously and you want a proper instrument, £800 is the price point where I think you can get an instrument that you don't need to upgrade ever. You don't really need to do it. I could have quite easily played this Martin guitar over here on everything, studio work, touring at a professional level, so there's no reason really that I needed this guitar, although I had this guitar first and I do love this guitar. But if you're talking in just, you know, do I really need it? No, I don't need a guitar at this price. I could play a guitar that was between £800 and £1,000 for sure. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.